Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hey everybody, it's Jamal here. I'm part of EpicEra, and I decided today just to do my first tutorial for you guys. If you guys have noticed, I'm a montage maker, I'm a GFS editor, so I just decided to give back to the community and to show you guys how to do the things that I do. So today, the first thing we're going to do is the simplest thing in the world. We're going to create 3D text with inside of Cinema 4D. I'm not going to show you how to get Cinema 4D. If you want it, you can torrent it, or you can just YouTube it, and I'm sure you can find a way to get it free online, because I know it's very expensive. Or you can go pay for it if you're balling. But if you're not, we're just going to go ahead and start off, and if you walk into Cinema 4D, if you're not used to the tools, I just jumped into Cinema 4D just starting off with text. I can do a lot more with Cinema 4D now, but I'll just start off with text. And you basically, it's like any other software. You have your file, you edit, when you edit stuff, you do with your file, stuff like that. You create objects right here. You can select stuff using these type of things. What you want is mode graph. And the main thing you want inside the mode graph is the mode text. Mode text, that's how you create 3D text. That's the simplest way to create 3D text. There's other ways, which I will show you in later videos. But in this video, we're going to do the simplest way, which is this. And look, all it is a click. We're going to come over here and just rotate it so we can get a full view. All it is that one click, and you have full text. When you come over here, you go to your text bar, and you can pick what letters you want to use, so you can spell something out. Now we have EpicEra. Come down here to our fonts. If you haven't realized, we're going to make the EpicEra look typeface. For some reason, my fonts always take forever to load up. I have no idea why. So we're just going to wait. Okay, we're back. The font I use for the EpicEra logo is called Good Times. I don't know why I found that. I don't know how I fell in love with it. I just know I use it for all EpicEra stuff. So then we have that. I used to start off with just doing 20 or 40 for my depth. The depth is what you can just see. Look, I don't know how the correct terms, but I know there's a lot of big GFX artists. They like to use 300. So when you put it down to this normal view, you have a lot. You got a lot of depth, basically. When we render this out, this is how it comes out rendered. So yeah, you can move it around, try to find your shadows. Alright, so that's the simplest way to create text. If you want to change the height, you can come right here to the height, make it bigger. We're going to stay with 200 right now though. You can change the horizontal spacing. I like to keep it close though. This is even a vertical spacing. Don't really got to worry about that though. And subdivisions is these little subparts what's inside of it. And I usually play with my subdivisions when I want to model the model itself, or if I want to add a transform to it. I will show you guys the transform tool in a later video on how to use it and where you can find it at, which is grayscalegorilla.com. Alright, now since our text is over, it's completely over. A lot of people I also learned they like to add caps to give it just give it a more of a fuller look. Give it a fillet cap, maybe 1 or 2 steps. Lower the radius a little bit, and there you go. You got a nice looking little font there. I like to use filler caps for when I want to add color. The way you add color is you come down to here. This is your material editor. You just double click, create a material, and you can either just play around with the colors here, or you can just double click it. If you already have a color that you created, like a texture you created, or just texture you want to use, you just go right here to texture, click this little thing, you find out where the texture is at. I have my own texture for the EpicEra logo. Hit no. I don't even rate it. I just don't always hit no. And there's your texture. Then I always like to create another one, because the EpicEra And then, cause in the EpicEra logo, you also have a gray one. Now, if you're really a true fan of EpicEra, you're gonna notice that this will not be the correct logo, cause in the correct logo, and the E is grayed out. The E is blue, and then in the middle of the E is gray. The only way I can do that though is if I use paths, and I will show you that in a later video. So they go to blue, they go to gray. Now what you do is you set the gray as an R1, which will make it the cap, and you set this as a C1, which will make it the main. And you can put another color in the back if you want. I just usually like to keep the blue in the back, and that's how you should space it out. So now you have it looking like this. The only thing I really haven't figured out yet is if I want to play around with the gradient that I created. But it's okay with me. I like it. It's all good. And that's the simplest way to make text. It's as easy as pie. And now you can go around and play with your materials if you want. Yada yada yada. The best way to do it, I see, is through the material editor. You can add stuff. Like if you want to add a glow to it. And then when you render it out, it comes out like that. That glows way too much though. So let's unrender this and take down the strength a little bit. The outer strength is most likely what is killing it. Just play around with like a 100. See how it comes out. Nope, still too bright. It must mean it's the inside. Let's put on 27. There you go. That's a little bit better. Alright, now as you can see, we lost the shadow. We lost the back part of our stuff. Oh, no, there it is. And this right here is using global light right now. So what you would want to do is add your own light into the scene, so you can make sure you get every single piece. And if you lost what I did, I just went here and just clicked the light. You can add light. I like to use a full light setup. One behind each part of my text. One behind, two in the front, just so I can make sure I get every single piece. Or you can use a light studio, which I will be coming out with one soon. I will be giving away 20k, not 20k, but when I get to a couple round of subs. Go back to the render, and that glow is really popping. I've never even seen my text look like this before. This right here got to be nice on the top of my banner. I never noticed that, but that's a little bit too much for our tutorial today. So I'm gonna get ready to glow, and actually I'm gonna take down the spectacular a little bit. I want to leave a little bit, not a lot. How's that? That's pretty cool. Alright, so this is how it will look out rendered. If you want to render it out, you go right here. This is your render settings. You pick your size. Yada yada yada. We're gonna stay with 800 by 600 right now. And if you use an animation, you will usually go right here and use all frames, but we're not doing the animation. Then you go over here to save. You pick where you want to save it at. Just gonna save it in my pictures for right now. EE logo. And then right here, you can pick what type you want to save it as. A PNG, a PSD file, whatever, a Photoshop file, JPEG. If you're gonna put this on top of if you're gonna use Cinema 4D to put it on top of banners or anything, just go with a PNG and select your alpha channel. So the black will not pop up; it would be a true PNG. Oh, that's why it's glowing. I have object glow on. Okay, yeah, let's see. Let's take that off. And then see how it comes out. Huh, no, still up. Must be an object glow somewhere. Well, just forget about it. And then you just hit the render button. And I had my camera messed up. You see how it's cut off the E? That's because my camera wasn't set up. You have to set your camera up the correct way. Make sure you get the full length. Play with your camera settings. You might want to play with your camera settings a little bit as well. And then we can run it out again. You have to overwrite it. And there we go. We got the E all nice and shiny. And that's how you make an easy Cinema 4D text. So this is Jamar Hutchison from EpicEra. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. And I'm out.